Lantern! Pick on someone your own size!
Hey everybody, it's Marshmallow here, and I know I'm a little late on this news, but I decided to cover it because it's really exciting, and it's pretty much the only news we've gotten in a while for the Green Lantern movie that's coming, Green Lantern Corps. It's coming out in 2020. The date has not moved for when it is returning. Green Lantern returning anyway to the big screen after Ryan Reynolds' failed attempt, but that's okay because we have to look ahead to the future and who's helping write this movie. So the writer of the movie is going to be none other than David S. Goyer. And I know what you guys are thinking, why David S. Goyer? Because he was part of the original team for the DCEU with Batman v Superman, but that's okay though, because I feel like David S. Goyer has proved himself as a good writer. I mean, he's done all the Dark Knight trilogy, I believe. He's wrote on all of those movies, and then he's also wrote for Man of Steel as well, and then I think something else, but I can't remember for sure. Batman v Superman, but I think another DC movie, maybe one of the other animated movies or something like that. I don't know. I think it was something else DC, but I don't remember for sure. But anyway, he's written for some of these DC properties, and it was exciting to find out that he's going to be writing for Green Lantern Corps. Now, I don't know how I feel exactly about it. I think, again, he's proven to be a pretty good writer overall across the board for DC movies, but I would have liked someone new to be brought in, maybe. I don't know. The idea that they're going with seems a little weird to me for a DC movie, but Ben Affleck has talked about how the DC universe has been kind of like a rebirth for the movies as of right now for Justice League. But anyway, Green Lantern, of course, we all know the failed attempt that happened with Ryan Reynolds back in 2010 or 11? I don't even know when the movie was released, I forgot. But it was a long while ago, and the reason why the movie is all the way in 2020 and it's staying in 2020 is because they want to distance themselves from the Ryan Reynolds movie, which is understandable. I mean, I understand why they're I can't even say that, distancing themselves from that movie because it was pretty bad. So I understand why they're wanting to do that, but the idea that they came up with is pretty weird. So the idea is that it's going to be some kind of like space buddy cop movie between Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. So this is confirmed completely. Hal Jordan will be in the movie, and I'm excited to see Hal Jordan because we've gotten one film version, but that was kind of like, again, a failed attempt. So I really want to see like a really good Ryan Reynolds. Sorry, not Ryan Reynolds. I was thinking about the movie. I really want to see a good Hal Jordan brought to the screen, and I feel like Armie Hammer could do that, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But I really think that it'll be interesting to see how far they take with the character, like what they're gonna do exactly. Like, is it gonna be an origin story? Is he already gonna be the Green Lantern? Are they gonna do it the other way around, like with Jon Stewart? Becoming the Green Lantern. I don't know, that'd be kind of weird because John's usually older, I believe, than Hal. So I don't know, it's gonna be weird. We're gonna have to wait and see exactly what happens, like what's he gonna look like. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see what's gonna happen. But let's talk about Jon Stewart for a second because I want to talk about this and I have an idea for how they could do this. So, in my opinion, if they're gonna do a buddy cop space movie for the Green Lanterns, I said that Jon Stewart should be an experienced Green Lantern and already be a Green Lantern by the time Hal gets there, and that way he can be like the more experienced one, and Hal can be kind of like the careless, reckless one that Jon has to kind of help train. That would be pretty interesting. I think that could be really funny. And then like Jon could be like the really serious one, while Hal is kind of more of a jokester type, and I think that could really work. If they're going to do a buddy cop movie. But also they need to keep it a little bit more serious too. I mean, it's happened in a lot of movies in the past. I'm sure it won't stop being a trend anytime soon, and I think that it could work with these two, because I think it's going to be interesting, because again, Hal is usually younger than Jon, and I think that as an older, experienced Jon, they could flash back to like his time, in the military. I believe Jon was in the military before, later on when he became a Green Lantern. But they could flash back to that in the movies, and then they could talk about the history with each other, and that's why, Jon's so serious about being a Green Lantern, and teach Hal, life lesson, blah, blah, blah. Hal can talk about Ferris Air, we can see that. Carrie Ferris is already a character in the DCEU. I'm wondering if she's related to Carol Ferris. I don't know. It's weird. But, you know, all that Ferris aircraft stuff, you know, that can be thrown in there too. I mean, we can get the whole Green Lantern experience, I think, with this movie, and I think it's going to be really interesting. So let's talk about Armie Hammer. You know, everyone still thinks he's rumored to play Green Lantern. I think he is going to be playing Green Lantern, in my opinion. There's just so much, like, there's been a little bit of trolling with him, and I think that it makes sense. You know, not that long ago he was rumored, and then a few months later, then this announcement happens. I don't know. And then there's like all the stuff with The Rock circulating. I think DC is really trying to keep it like secret, and it's working. Like, they haven't gotten a lot for Wonder Woman either. Like, there's not a lot of spoilers, or not really spoilers, I guess you could say. Like, there's not a lot of like hints. But for Jon Stewart, I want to see Idris Elba, and the reason why is because I want him to be Jon Stewart. I don't know how old Idris Elba is compared to Armie Hammer, actually. A lot of people want Denzel Washington. I guess I could see that, but I really want Idris, and I think that's going to be really hard because Idris is still in his Marvel contract right now. But if he can break free of that and he still wants to be in a comic book movie, I suggest this because, let's be honest, how cool would it be for Idris Elba to be a Green Lantern? I mean, that would be pretty sick. That would be insane if he could pull it off. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But again, I think it'll be really cool to see him like have the green suit and everything. I mean, that would just be like my dream, I think, because Idris Elba is so cool. But what do you guys think about all this news? Do you think that Armie Hammer's going to be playing Hal Jordan? Who do you want to play Jon Stewart? And what do you guys think about David S. Goyer writing for Green Lantern? And also, if you could pick any other Green Lantern to be featured in a cameo in the movie, who would it be? Thanks guys for watching. Links will be to my other videos, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.